This is an unhinged episode that everyone's gonna be like, what is happening?
We have the same haircut.
We have the exact same haircut. Kind of the same build.
Same outfit.
Same outfit.
That's right. We both love women.
We love women.
Did you miss them?
Not at all.
You sure?
Not one.
You think you'd have phantom
bit.
titty syndrome?
I am worried about that.
You may not have experienced this, but I have found the nuggets on my dick. It's dick nuggets.
What do we have to do for an intro? Do you need to say something?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. I'm your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest, Mav Viola. I usually say credits and stuff, but this is at the end of the episode where we've been talking about all kinds of various things that you're going to want to tune in and find out. The only thing I want to talk about is being on the Mayans. That's it.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it on your IMDb.
I'm a tattoo artist.
Yes. So what was it like working on 9 seasons of the Mayans one time?
One time.
Yeah.
It was like, why am I here? Why do I keep getting auditions for like badass roles? I'm a full goofball, and I understand it's because I have tattoos and like the look enough. Mm-hmm. But that's all I get auditions for. And then they put me in like, a wife beater. Can you say that? What do we call that now? A tank top.
Oh.
A tube top.
I think we still say wife beater.
Say wife beater.
We get a Southern pass.
They put me like Dickies and a wife beater.
Yeah, well, you can't say Dickies.
What are they called now?
Not Dickies.
They're not called Dickies?
No.
Why?
No.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I was just playing off the fact that you can't
I'm
say
like,
wife beater.
isn't Dick still short for Richard?
Yes.
Is Dickies short for Richard? Was the original owner of Dickies?
I gotta get a new pair of Richards.
So I was in a tank top and Richards, nice khaki pair of Richards.
Yeah.
And I'm tattooing, some frat boy who came in, a walk-in.
Yeah.
And then the guys, the bros, the Mayans come in and blow up the joint, like they case the joint.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, whoa, like that's kind of it. It's really dumb.
Did you get blown up?
I kind of like back up. They don't shoot me. They just destroy the place, take the money and run. And I guess I'm with the other. So I was kind of hopeful that maybe they'd bring me back. Like I was like, maybe they'll like.
They buy the tattoo shop. Yeah. And I'm here every week.
I'm like, I could do this. I could be on Mayans MC.
Yeah.
Like a regular.
What was the show before Mayans? What was that called?
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. The warehouse, their clubhouse.
I literally never saw it.
It's cool. You don't have to see it.
I couldn't watch it to save my life because every girl in my life was like, this Sons of Anarchy guys. And I was like, I'm just going to be so jealous. Like, I'm just going to be like, now I need a transition.
I have got to get a bike.
I've got to get a bike and a beard and a ponytail.
You could get a bike.
And a beard and a ponytail, honestly, if I wanted.
A ponytail?
I could get a ponytail.
I mean,
if I wanted, I could get a ponytail.
That's true. I don't want to limit your ability to pony.
Yeah, you don't know.
But that warehouse, I watched every single episode. I was infatuated with it. And I lived in the Valley for a very long time before I moved to Playa. It turns out it was 2 blocks from my house.
The whole time you could have just gone over there.
Could have just gone over there and watched it live.
You could have been an extra.
Yeah.
Maybe they would have seen you and been like, that's exactly who we're looking for tattoo artist number 2.
Yeah, well.
I mean, you have a couple.
I could have been
You have the great state of North
Carolina. The frat boy.
You could have easily been the frat boy.
Yeah. And then I got a job at FX. And I was working on their promos. And I was like, there's 2 shows I want to work on. I want to work on Sons or Mayans. And I want to work on Dave. And they were like, cool. You can have that show with Louis Anderson and the other guy, Zach Galifianakis, who's also from North Carolina.
Buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I did
He's
Buckets.
from North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I did know that.
Yeah.
But remember what I told you when I first meet people? I don't remember anything.
No, I don't remember.
Got nothing in my head right now.
I have the worst memory also. I'm a goldfish.
Same. There's nothing in my mind right now. As soon as there needs to be something in my mind, it's all gone.
Yep.
And I just don't care.
Well, that's our show, folks.
That's our show, guys. Thank you so much.
That's it.
Each camera, I'm looking at it.
All 3 of them.
Wonderful interview.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm very good at this. Apparently not, if you watch the last episode. But I don't put them out in the order I record them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So mine will be out in 5 years.
Tomorrow. Or 5 years.
Can't wait.
I have one from last season that was so bad I just didn't put it out. And then I
Really?
saw that person on Thursday or Friday night at a comedy show.
Did they ask?
They didn't. But
they're like, I didn't want it to be out either.
Yeah.
They're like, they walked out of here and they were like, I hope that never sees the light of day.
Yeah, it was at the old studio, and like every 5 minutes she was like, can you cut that last thing I said out? I think it's because she had a Disney movie coming out and she wasn't allowed to tell anybody.
But I don't have the ability to like think through what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't be like, can you cut that out? It just wouldn't even occur to me.
Yeah.
I just end up getting in trouble.
Well, I edit this in the morning after a cup of coffee.
That's
so
smart.
if there's something that you or I say that would be bad for either of our brands, I'll cut it out.
Like wife beater?
Yeah. Like I had a buddy that was trying to like discuss the finer points of like people who are attracted to children. And I was like, I don't care what you're
It's not funny. I just didn't see it coming.
It's not funny at all. And he did 20 minutes on it. And I was like, for both our sakes, I'm just going to.
But now I need to know more about that.
I'll send you the clip.
What? So he was saying, he was trying to give you the psychology behind somebody who is attracted to children?
They're trying to rebrand and call themselves minor attracted persons. I am not. I wish I came up with that.
I need this entire episode now to be about that. Like, I need everything. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They rebranded themselves.
No. If we get into this, then I have to cut this out,
You're
too.
going to have to cut all this out.
Yeah.
But that's
I know
insane.
you don't like cutting stuff because I was just listening to your podcast.
You don't have to cut anything out.
Okay.
Not even this.
Okay.
Because they've rebranded themselves.
Well, somebody's rebranded them as minor attracted persons.
Minor attracted
They don't.
persons.
Well, pedophile has a negative connotation to it.
You know what? Never thought of it that way.
You've never heard this?
I've never considered pedophilia something to be, that anyone could think was bad.
That's how woke some folks are.
Wow. That's compelling.
It is.
We are in dark times.
We are in
dark times.
Yeah. Like I'm watching like subsistence farming videos on YouTube to try and learn my shit because I might have to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
Well, it's
but
not Virginia.
It's not Virginia.
Yeah.
It's not Virginia. I thought it was going to be Italy recently because I qualify for dual citizenship.
Very cool.
Yes, but then they started like taking children from lesbians or something. And I was like, I might still want to have kids.
Yeah.
And I might still want to be a lesbian if I move to Italy.
Well,
you never know. The men are attractive.
Men? I mean, the Romans.
The Romans.
Right?
Yeah, so maybe...
The right Christian Roman might flip you all the way back.
It's true.
They're tan.
I'm not opposed to it.
They make pasta.
If I don't have to do anything, I would happily be with a man. If it was an agreement.
What does that mean?
It was like an agreement.
You mean you can still sleep with women?
Yeah. Well, like we're just beards. Isn't that what it's called? Like we're just...
Yeah. Oh my God.
If Italy needs me to do that,
yeah.
And he's going to cook and he's going to just be Italian.
Right.
For me, fine.
That was my thought earlier when I said my mom would love you. I was like, oh my God, I should just get a beard. Because she's like, when are you going to get married and have kids with a beautiful Christian woman? I'm like,
right here.
Mom.
You found her.
Yeah. I would never inflict that on you though, because then you'd have to talk about Jesus with her.
I would.
All the time. And it would be hard to explain why you wanted to go other places for the holidays other than my mom's house.
Why would I?
Why would you want to go?
No, why wouldn't I want to be at your mom's house?
I don't want to be there.
I bet your mom throws down at Christmas, like decorates like a mother. Your mom and my mom are probably very similar.
They're the same person.
They're the exact same person.
Yeah.
They decorate.
They're living two lives. Wait, did your mom also, she was only around every other Christmas?
Yeah, my mom left one Christmas morning to go be with her new husband. And she was your mom only around every other Christmas? Mm-hmm. Wait, where was she?
I don't know. No, she was around every Christmas. She liked to ruin every Christmas.
Yeah, my mom too ruins everything.
Oh, she had a Christmas dress she only wore on Christmas, and it was made out of like hopes and dreams. It's like little quilts and stuff. It was the most hideous thing ever.
Was it a nightgown?
Kind of.
Because my mom had the Christmas nightgown.
Yeah.
Still does.
But I think technically it wouldn't have been against the law if my mom wore it outside.
No, because it was quilted. Oh. You can wear quilts outside.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But if it has IE in the word, you can't wear it outside.
No. Does your mom wear quilted vests? Because my mom does.
Not yet.
How old is your mom?
74.
Yeah, I think my mom's 73, she's going to kill me. She doesn't listen to anything, of course. She probably doesn't even know how to find it.
We're getting into our accents now.
Why not?
Hey, now. Y'all, welcome back to the Jesus Loves Everybody podcast.
I love y'all so much.
Do you watch The Righteous Gemstones?
I'm obsessed.
I love it.
I love it because I imagine that's how they really... I grew up in around like Pat Robertson's squad.
Oh, yeah.
Like I went to his son's house all the time.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's in Virginia Beach. And they went to my church.
Why didn't he live with his dad?
Because I think his dad lived in, I want to say Ohio or something.
But he's our age, isn't he?
No.
He's older than us?
His son is older than us. His grandchildren are our age.
Oh.
So I was friends with Pat Robertson's grandchildren. I was in their same Bible study.
Wow.
We all went to the same church.
You're getting a front seat at the table of Christ.
I got a real front seat, y'all.
Yeah.
And I imagined that, and they were doing crazy shit. He was always getting embezzling money, and like didn't he like steal a car? I remember they had a Monet in their house, and I was like, that isn't right.
it ain't real either.
It was.
No.
They were filthy rich.
Did you watch that documentary about fake art in New York City? There ain't a goddamn piece of real art on this planet.
You're probably right. But it was big, right. And I was like, this looks expensive, and he was like, that's a Monet, child.
He had a BM.
He did.
A big Monet. Damn, that's how you know you're preaching the word of God right there.
Yep.
You know, it's real funny. The only other people that work on this floor are rabbis.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Invite them in.
This one next door is a dress shop, and then everybody's either an accountant or a rabbi.
That is incredible.
Yeah, and I forgot to warn one guest, and he made a joke about Taylor. And real loud.
No, you can't do that.
And I had to beep it out. And all his followers were like, what did you beep out? And I was like, none of your business.
None of your beeping business.
Yeah. You beep and beep.
You beep and beep beep.
We're beep buddies around here. Man.
Pat Robertson, rest in peace.
Now, who else? Let's go through them.
Jerry Falwell.
Oh, Jerry.
Old Jerry.
Boy, I tell you what, when my dad passed, my mama, she could have gone for Jerry.
She loved Jerry?
She loved Jerry. We liked Bob something.
Oh,
Bob Hope.
Bob Hope, is it? No.
He has a college named after him. This Bob Jones.
Bob Jones. Bob Jones was crazy.
Yeah. So in our denomination, there were only 2 colleges that are associated with us. I went to the Christian and Missionary Alliance. Yeah, which sounds like a
brothel?
Militia. Yeah. Brothel's cooler.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
It does sound like a militia.
It does. We're an alliance.
You're an alliance.
They had 2 colleges. They had Nyack University in New York, and I think it was Bob Jones University in Georgia. And that's where we would go on vacation in the summertime.
No.
For a whole week. We'd stay in the dorms.
Your family?
Mm-hmm.
Your mom and your pop?
My mom, my dad, my mama.
Mom and mama.
Mama and daddy.
Mom and daddy.
And my real sister, my 2 half-sisters, they weren't invited.
No.
Not from my daddy's first marriage.
No. Yeah. He doesn't even estranged. He's estranged.
That's right. Now, my mama she was a kindergarten teacher.
You are not even going to believe this.
No.
When I tell you that Hilda.
Yeah.
Was also a kindergarten teacher.
Stop it.
She was a kindergarten assistant, but she calls herself a teacher.
Oh, well, you got to give credit where credit's due.
She worked just as hard.
Oh, I bet she did.
She did.
My mama became an assistant in her later days. When
I can't believe this. Wait, what's your mom's name?
Roy Ann. I swear to God.
My real name is Margaret Ann.
Wow.
We're related.
We are.
100%.
I mean,
there's no world in which this is an unhinged episode that everyone's gonna be like, what is happening?
we have the same haircut.
We have the exact same haircut, kind of the same build,
Same outfit.
same outfit.
That's right. We both love women.
We love women.
Yeah.
And Jesus.
And Jesus.
Why not?
If only Jesus was a woman.
He looks like he's almost there.
Hot take. Yeah, all those pictures of him being super white with long hair. What an accurate depiction of our Lord and Savior.
Such a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Have you listened to that podcast where it's a couple making fun of Christians, but a ton of Christians listen to it?
No, what?
I can't remember the name of it, so I'm sorry I brought it up.
Do they have a TikTok?
I'm sure they do.
Because there's a TikTok that I stumbled on that was making fun of Christians. I followed it, and then immediately unfollowed it when I realized that they were Christians themselves.
They weren't making fun of it.
I was like,
wait, this isn't a parody at all.
What?
Yeah.
But also like smart angle. Christians are getting smarter with their angles. They're realizing they need to make fun of themselves because they're losing us.
I've always said this, and I haven't brought it into my stand-up yet, but Christianity has a huge branding problem.
They do.
I mean, if you walk into a strange building and people are singing songs, doesn't matter what you're singing.
I don't care what you're
You
singing.
lost me at singing songs, right? I sing in the car and the shower.
That's it.
And if the songs just happen to be about taking blood baths, we're going to, hey, listen.
And people's hands are in the air?
Do you use a washcloth, a loofah, or like the blood of Christ? Like, what are you doing? We're all just going to just get washed in the blood of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
They think it's cool, though. Like where I grew up, there's a church called the Wave Church, and it is just this massive church. They've got a coffee shop on each level.
Of course. It's free.
It's free.
It's all free.
It's all free. They're playing rock music. Everyone is dressed like us. You know, tattoos, cute, cool hair.
And the pastor's real handsome.
He's hot.
Yup.
He's not handsome. He's hot.
What's that one over here in Hollywood?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's hot.
He's hot.
Yeah.
Oh wait, remember the guy that got taken down, but then they made a documentary about him on Hulu recently. He's kind of greasy, but he was thought of as hot. He was in the church, Hillsong.
Oh,
that guy.
Yeah. Hillsong does all the music, right?
Yes, he was like Justin Bieber's
preacher.
Preacher.
Yeah, it's the same dude.
It's the same dude.
It's the one on the corner of Hollywood and is it La Brea?
Mega church.
Yeah, but it's not very big.
Is he? I think he's in another state now.
Maybe.
Because I know. Did you watch the documentary about Hillsong? You got to watch it on Hulu.
Okay, I got to get
It's a multiple
Hulu.
part series. I don't want Hulu anymore either. I got rid of it.
Well, you should get it for free because the Mayans is on Hulu. Every
They should
Thursday
give
at
it to
7.
me.
Check it out.
Check me out every Thursday at 7. The 5 minutes that I was on one
Right.
episode 3 years ago during the pandemic.
That residual check once every 5 years must be awesome.
Actually, to be honest, I get pretty good residual checks from Mayans. It's actually shocking to me that I get residual checks from a 5-minute spot. It's not that bad. Every once in a while it's like 53 cents, but then sometimes it's like a couple thousand. I'm like, I can't make sense of this, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Well, you did enough.
I mean, I wore the right attire.
Right.
You know,
You were
I let them. The worst part was my hair was really long because it was pandemic and I wasn't cutting it.
Yeah.
And they braided. Yeah. They braided one side of it, which I think in their minds they're thinking like maybe in this world, a cool tattoo artist might have a braid, but not a cool tattoo artist that if you do anything feminine, I'm gonna look like a Christian girl again. It looked ridiculous. I looked like I had a French braid in the side of my hair.
We're not talking about cornrows, are we?
I think that's what they were trying to go for.
That's cultural appropriation.
100%, but it wasn't a cornrow. It was they French braided a chunk of my hair. And I went back to my trailer and had a full panic attack because I had to call my best friend who was dying laughing. And I was like, this isn't the character. It's not me, and it can't be the character. The character doesn't have much to them, but they're certainly not going to have a French braid in their hair. And she's losing her mind laughing. And she's like, I think you just need to go back to the hair trailer and just tell them.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't it. But of course I couldn't bring myself to do that because I'm not going to do that.
Because
It might be difficult.
Yeah, see, that's the big link in the chain of the film business that's super kind of fucked, and is absolutely why I hate working on TV and movies, and I quit. I only do commercials now.
Yeah.
Because hair and makeup has this vision for what they think the scene is supposed to be, and then they don't bother talking to the director at all.
At all.
They're just like, yeah, this is just some person who's going to be whatever.
Yeah.
This is what I was thinking for that. And then it's like, oh, well, to change it's going to take 45 minutes, and we're an hour behind. So I'll just shoot Susie with her hair braids like this.
Absolutely.
And then nobody's getting what they want. And then people at home are like, why does that tattoo artist have a French braid?
It doesn't make. Thank God that was on the side that the camera was not. So you didn't even end up seeing it, which is nice.
Yeah.
But it was bizarre to me. And that does happen to me a lot because I feel like hair and makeup often, not always, but sometimes don't know what to do with a person who's not just a cookie cutter,
or like a regular
just
character.
a regular character.
Yeah.
And
But you're also not seeing the department heads either. You're getting the assistant.
Right. And they're just caking on makeup and stuff for me. Like they are just, I did a Petco ad once. And I did it with my friend who's a trans guy. And I don't identify as trans. And he comes out of the trailer and I'm like, you look great. Wow. They didn't they knew he was trans, and I'm like, they respected that. They didn't go over the top. They did man makeup. That's great. I go in thinking surely they're gonna do the same thing, because even though I don't identify as trans, I'm clearly not feminine. I'm in a collared shirt and like what they put me, and they just full, like, I look like I was in drag.
Contour.
The whole thing. I walked out and I was like, also Petco? Yeah. What are we trying to say?
I think they wanted you to say 50% off dog food on Thursdays.
Oh my God. I was like, I got to start to, and then he told me, this guy friend of mine, he was like, look, when you get your makeup done, just tell them, unless there's like a vision for the character or something, like you can just sit down and you can say, like, can you just do, light makeup, what you would do for a guy?
Yeah.
And that maybe will help steer them away.
Right.
But people can't really help themselves. They start putting makeup on my face, and then they're like, they just start seeing this girl emerge, and they're like, we need to, they're like digging up a fossil. Like,
they're like, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. Today.
Truly.
Yeah.
My mom's
I have
in heaven.
so many questions.
Yeah, give them to me.
Just specifically in our world and like how you navigate it.
Yeah.
In because I don't really know a lot about trans stuff.
Yeah.
And I know you just said that you don't identify as trans.
I don't know. But I talk about my thoughts around transitioning a lot because I explore that.
My first thought about trans stuff, and we don't have to go down this road, is that for like straight dudes of any persuasion, there's not a lot of like casual information for us to educate ourselves on like trans topics and how we can support.
Yeah.
But my first question when you said that was, how did you slate when you auditioned? Like, does that get gray? Do they ask you gender questions when you slate as an actor?
Sometimes they do. They'll ask you how you identify.
Yeah.
What's your gender identity? What are you comfortable with? Mm-hmm. Like, are you comfortable, wearing certain things? Or like that's more my like representation has asked me those questions of like, in submitting you, are you open to, portraying a straight woman or a bi woman or, having interactions with a man, like, are you down with that? Are you open with that? So that part of it gets kind of tricky because I'm like, I don't want to take my sports bra off ever, but I will for money, if you need me to, or
for Joel Osteen. If I could do a sex scene with Joel Osteen in his private jet.
If Jerry Falwell needs me to do that because Liberty University is not making enough money, I will do that.
That's right.
For the Flames. That's their mascot, is the Flames.
Stop it. The Flames.
It's just perfect.
Salt Bay right
just
there.
Just a little Himalayan. But yeah, sometimes they ask that, what's your identity? Or they'll put that in the audition, like description, like open to all, genders or whatever. But no one's really made that an issue. Although one time I auditioned for an Amazon commercial with a bunch of I walked in and it was just me and a bunch of teenage boys.
Oh. And
they're like, just play video games with the boys. I'm like, okay. And then they cast me as a teenage boy.
Good
and I was
for
like,
you.
I'm like, I'm not mad at it. Whatever. Who cares?
It's a check.
It's a check.
Yeah.
That I just have to sit here and play video games.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was the game any good?
I don't remember. I remember the popcorn was good. The snacks were good. And they kept bringing me smoothies. And I was like, this is fun.
I work for a video game company that I'm not allowed to say.
Oh.
But they make a very popular multiplayer game that they have tournaments for. And
what?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's League of Legends, whatever.
Yeah.
And no one knows who that is. Well, I did sign an NDA, so I'll probably...
You're going to bleep that out.
Yeah, I'm going to bleep
it. It's bleep bleep.
They have a smoothie bar in their facility because they do everything on their own campus.
I just want to get to that level where I'm doing something for a company that has their own campus.
Yeah. I think this whole entertainment thing is cool, but all of my friends that went corporate are making $300,000-$400,000 a year now.
Yeah.
They're transferring to the city of their choice. They're like, I want to live in Houston now. It's
yeah.
like, you can make $500,000 a year in Houston?
Yeah, and get a smoothie bar on campus.
You can get a smoothie bar in your fucking house for $500,000.
Why not, though?
You could hire somebody to just make smoothies everywhere you go.
Why not?
Yeah.
But I haven't really, the smoothie was great, but other than that, no issues.
Yeah.
They're not really that difficult. I mean, what I find difficult is there's just not a lot of opportunity. They're really liking to hype up that there is, but but if you actually look at it, there's not a lot of roles. They're not casting just people that look like me or like trans people or whatever in just like whatever roles. They're like, this is a trans character.
And it has to be clearly identifiable to the flyover states that is a trans person.
Right. Or they're going to go through something and coming out and blah, blah, blah. It's like, it can't just be like, the camera op happens to be trans or like, you know, barista happens to be, I mean, the barista, actually, maybe they would cast a queer barista. a lot of queer baristas.
Right.
In this town.
Otherwise, it just wouldn't look authentic.
No.
You know?
No, it wouldn't.
Somebody sent me an article the other day about a Starbucks employee getting caught coming in the beverages that he was serving.
Oh my God.
And I immediately applied to work at Starbucks.
My brother told me growing up that they used to put earwax in the sodas where he worked because in the fast food place he worked because it made it go down faster so they could fill it up, you know, the bubbles. Mm-hmm. So the people would just go ear, and then dunk it into the soda.
Do you drink alcohol?
Yeah.
If you get a beer and the foam's too much, you can just rub your nose and stick your fingers in it and the foam goes away.
The fuck are you talking about? That's insane.
It's not insane. Who's got the time for a foam? Also,
I do not want your blackheads that are just eager to come out in my beer.
This is a self-service situation. I'm not doing that to your beer. You do it to your own beer.
But you know that bartenders are doing that. Do you know how many bartenders go like that in the course of their fucking
they
shift?
serve 4 drinks at a time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ew.
They're mixologists, by the way.
Where did I see they're mixologists? Where did I see that somebody ate pizza that was made with feet? Where did I see this?
Real feet? Or no? Oh, it was a disabled person made it with his feet.
No, a guy went into a pizza place and he sat down, and the manager sat down across from him in the booth and just started opening up to him about how difficult his life was. And then he said to him, I actually, when I get bored, like I knead the dough with my feet. And the dude sitting there who was telling the story, I probably saw it on TikTok, super stoned one of these nights, because that's what I do. And then I can't remember where I learned it. Mm-hmm. Could have been a scene in a movie. Could be entirely fabricated.
Right.
But this dude was like saying that he kneads the dough with his feet, and the guy was like, I just ate 2 slices of foot pizza. Yeah, no, it was on TikTok. It was just some random guy who was like, oh my God, I just ate foot pizza. That's not the worst
thing ever. You bake the germs out. It goes to the oven.
Bake the germs out.
You can rub his balls on it.
I bake out a hair.
No, you can't. You want to know what the worst thing I ever ate was?
A pube.
No, I mean, I've eaten thousands of pubes.
Actually, what are we talking about? We all eat pubes all the time. Yum.
I got a Subway sandwich in North Carolina one time, and I get to the middle, and I bite into it, and it's crunchy, and there's nothing on there. It's supposed to be crunchy, and I look in the middle of the sandwich, and it is a large grouping of toenails clippings.
A grouping?
A grouping. Like someone had been saving them.
It's like tied together like a bundle of sticks with a pube.
Those metal containers where it's like peppers, onions, lettuce. It must have been
just
toenails.
Why not?
It was so gross.
If I worked, I'm going to be honest. If I ended up working in a Subway for like 20 years and I couldn't get out of it, I might at some point start doing shit.
Yeah.
Why not?
I worked at Pizza Hut when I was 15 years old. The only clean pizzas coming out of that place was the ones I was eating myself.
Fast food should not be made by teenagers at all, or single men.
What are we going to do? Pay them a living wage and hire adults? It's crazy.
I guess we just all have to accept that there's probably human matter in our food.
That's the reason fast food is bad for you, not because it's made from shit.
And why it's cheap.
Yeah. Well, it was.
It was cheap,
before inflation.
It's not cheap anymore. Burger King?
Yeah.
We've broken up.
We're over $10.
No. Last time I went to Burger King, it was like $24. I was like, I could have gotten Postmates. What am I doing?
Yeah.
But I love Burger King.
Do you?
Like after a show when I'm like, I need to like get a bite. I eat onion rings at Burger King. I don't eat little children.
You don't eat little children?
I don't know where that story was.
Well, you're not getting on the private jet with us to the island later then, are you? Wow.
I need to know everything about you. I told you before we started this that I was just going to interview you.
Let's go.
And you are making sure that happens.
What are we doing here?
That is some information.
We're only 30 minutes in. Where do you have to be this afternoon?
Truly nowhere.
Oh, we're going to Rogan this shit. Let's go. We can take potty breaks.
Why not?
We can go get snacks.
I need to know everything.
This is going to just turn into a little sleepover.
Were you a ballerina?
I was not. I was a soccer player and a bowler.
Okay.
What did you play?
I played soccer and basketball. I actually played anything that I could.
Surprise.
Dyke.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry.
A lesbian told me I almost called her a dyke. A lesbian told me the other day that I should not be saying the word dyke.
Oh, is that not the right nomenclature anymore?
I feel fine with it because I am one.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny. But I'm not going to call someone that who doesn't want to be called that.
Yeah.
But maybe I need to be more mindful.
I am so far off the map on this one. I don't know anything about.
I don't know that you should be calling anyone a dyke. But if you called me a dyke in jest, it would make me laugh.
The only time I would say that word is if I was perhaps in the Netherlands, or like.
You'd be like, that woman looks like a dyke.
No.
Are they from the Netherlands or are they a dyke?
No, like, do you want to cross this dike to get across the river? Like an actual dike that holds back water is the only reference that I would ever use that word.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I can't even actually have a conversation with you about. I don't even know why I brought it up because I should only talk to another dyke.
Probably.
Dyke.
Yeah.
I'm all. What do you think?
Do you want my
Straight cis
far
man.
right, hard hitting
Yes,
hot
please,
take on
please.
the D word?
Yeah.
I think that freedom ain't free, and that them soldiers didn't die for no reason, and I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want to.
You know what? I think that reclaiming a word.
Oh, you can turn it on and off, can't you?
Yeah, of your own. I'm reclaiming the word dyke when I say
right.
dyke.
That's right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say it all the live long day.
Praise the Lord.
But if you say it, I'm coming for your ass.
That's right. Well, you can identify with another group of people that have their own little special word.
Yeah, I don't. Well, that one, no one needs to ever say, but
No.
No. At all. I've been coming up across that a lot lately. People just throwing words around, and I'm like, you need to just.
Yeah.
You cannot say it. Don't. Why are you saying it?
Have you ever met anybody from Miami? They all say it. Every single race and creed just says that.
They just say it.
I'm like, hey, you're not in Miami no more.
No.
You can't go to Inglewood and say that.
You shouldn't go anywhere and say it.
Not even Burger King.
Don't even go to Miami and say it. What are y'all doing?
Not even a Burger King in Miami.
Not even a single Burger King in Miami. No one say it ever. It's not that hard to get.
That's right. There ain't one flame broiled burger in the whole world that wants to hear that word no more.
Well, I was just quoting Mr. Burger King. Don't even say it in a quote. What are you doing?
Oh, you can't quote nobody.
Why would you? Just don't.
I haven't heard another Southern accent in so long. I'm trying to do mine.
I love yours because my mother would appreciate yours. It's got a bit more of a draw, which is what she has.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like when I do mine because she says I make it too hick.
You do?
But it's more fun that way.
Yeah, yours is sticks for sure.
Sticks.
Yeah.
But my family's more darling, Hello, darling.
Oh, we're going to go over there.
Georgia.
And we're going to get a big old bucket of fried chicken. Colonel Sanders is the judge in our town.
He is, and not even he can say the word.
But
Colonel?
He says it in his truck to the lyrics.
He sure does. And he needs to quit.
That's right.
Enough, y'all. I can't get in any more fights about it. Y'all need to just get into shape.
Y'all, I'm going to leave it to the Lord.
Leave it to the Lord. Leave it to long-haired white Jesus.
Does your mom have a catchphrase?
Right now she says anyways a lot. Anyways, she'll tell me a whole story and they go anyways.
Yeah.
All the time. Anyways.
My mom has been stuck. You know how some people when they turn 40 they just stop listening to like whatever music they were listening to when they were 40?
Yeah.
My mom got stuck on Let's Not Go There. And she's still using it. If anything is even slightly uncomfortable.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there.
I think my mom does that too. Let's not go there.
You should slip it into a conversation and see if your mom just plucks it and takes it.
I guarantee she will.
Well, let's not go there.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there.
She goes, stop, y'all. Just stop. She does that all the time. Anytime things get political.
Yeah. Oh.
Stop. She says, well, I don't know, all the time. If I'm like, Mom, you can't say that or you shouldn't do that or whatever. Like, Mom, I'm like, Mom, stop. She's like, well, I don't know.
No.
Why would I know? How would I know?
Yeah.
Like, I guess you wouldn't because you literally never leave the 5-mile radius that is your condominium in Virginia Beach.
My mom hasn't put more than 10,000 miles on her car in the last 35 years.
My mother and her husband went on a very, very expensive cruise of Italy, the coast of Italy. This was a couple months ago. And all this woman did was complain leading up to it, during it, after it. She just couldn't even, she was beside herself with anxiety. Like, oh, I have to pack. I was in Virginia Beach and she couldn't see me because she's like, you don't even know how much packing I've had to do. I had to clean the whole condo before we left.
You travel for a living. You don't even know how to pack.
You don't even know how to pack.
Yeah, I just successfully pull it off every Thursday and Sunday.
Every single week of my life, Mom, I'm exhausted. I don't even know what time frame my body's in. She complained the entire time. She was just so put out by this trip. She did not want to go.
Was she calling you from the trip? Like, you wouldn't even believe what the hell we're going through here.
She didn't text anyone until we texted her because my mother is very sensitive and very, just... She's always ready. She's always ready to be mad, Oh, wow. And so when I texted her a few days into her trip, she was like, well, there you are, And since, finally, we could have been dead.
I have been waiting by my phone the whole time.
Truly. Ugh. We could have been murdered.
What if this boat had sank?
Yeah, truly. What if it had?
So was it a nice cruise?
It was a fantastic cruise. My stepfather was having the time of his life. Yeah. My mom, every time she reports back to me, it's I tripped and fell on these stairs. She's
a slip and fall. Wow. Is she suing Royal
Howard's
Caribbean?
making me walk all over Italy.
Howard.
Howard and Hilda, they hi ho. They sign everything hi ho.
Stop.
I'm not even kidding, y'all.
I aspire to that kind of love one day.
I do too, actually. They just drink margaritas on their balcony every night. That's all they do. Get drunk.
Margie's on the balcony.
Watch every day. The most beautiful sunset, Margaret Ann. You should be here.
It's just the side of us.
It's the same.
Do they live by the beach or?
They live on the bay. And every night it's the most beautiful sunset you've ever seen in your life.
Now, did I see something on your Instagram where your dad and your mom and your stepdad were all hanging out together?
They all hang out. Everybody hangs out. All the time.
Does your dad have a new lady?
My dad is going through a separation. So he's just being the Italian stallion that he is over town.
The three of them can hang out, and he's like, she's your problem now, bro.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Literally.
Like,
they hang out all the time.
Is that weird for you?
No, it's only weird when they get too drunk, and then it just gets...
they go back to fighting.
They get touchy. Everyone gets a little touchy. But typically they're fun. My dad and my stepdad get along really well because my dad is very loud and goofy. Like, he's just life of the party. Like, drives my mom nuts, but he's just so funny. And my stepfather, who's a little bit more nerdy, and he has like zingers, but he's a little bit more nerdy, is tickled by my dad. He thinks my dad is hysterical.
That's funny.
Which annoys my mom, which makes it even funnier.
Have you written this out into your sitcom
I
yet?
need to. I really do need to.
I would buy that in the room.
Did you see the video of them stoned talking? My dad's trying to convince my mom to pinky promise him that she has his back.
That's exactly the video that I'm talking about. And they're
that's them all the time.
That's not a real thing. That's a promise. That ain't a promise. Like,
yeah. She's like, I'm not going to give you a stupid ass pinky. And Howard's Googling like the meaning of a pinky promise. And my dad's like, pinky me,
Yeah. Get in my pinky now.
Yeah, give me a pinky.
Yeah.
The pinky is the ultimate.
What a sitcom.
They're a sitcom. And they hang out all the time. I'm not there. They FaceTimed me the other night. My dad called them up. He said, I'll trade you clams and linguine for my mom's crab cakes. He brings over clams and linguine. She makes crab cakes. They FaceTime me. They're drunk on the balcony, acting like fools.
You think there's any like weird pina colada shit happening after dark?
I don't think so, but I think we're really debating on who's going to end up together. Like, I think if my stepfather passes first, then there's a world in which my mom and my dad could potentially get back together, but not in a romantic sense, just in a purely like platonic codependent.
Let's die together kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they pretend like they drive each other nuts, they hang out and talk all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
she's the last person I don't want to talk to.
Yeah. He's always like, I got to go over to your mom's. I'm like, you actually don't. You divorced her for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, you never have. He was like, he moved into my brother's house because my brother and his family moved to Rhode Island for a year. So my dad's living in my brother's house in the interim while he's figuring out his shit. And he's like, I'm changing the codes on the garage so your mother can't get in, And literally he changes the codes, and within 24 hours he calls me. He's like, I went ahead and gave her the new code. It's her son's house. Like, she should come in.
She needs the codes. Yeah.
Like, that woman could run a country.
Now, if the saying is true that like women like attention, like if we're basing this new premise off of that, your mom's doing real well for herself.
Oh, absolutely. She's loving it.
Yeah.
She's going to act like she doesn't love it, but you know she loves it.
Oh, it's got to be so stressful dealing with these two idiots.
Nailed it. You nailed it. Her eyes are behind her, just eye rolling.
She doesn't have any bags on her eyes because she's just constantly working out her eyes from rolling them all the time.
But she's got on her Talbot's best.
Oh,
Does your mother
Talbot? What is a Talbot?
Talbots? You don't know about Talbots.
It might be too fancy for me. We got J.C. Penney's and we got
J.C. Penney.
Kohl's Cash.
I love Kohl's. You can find anything in Kohl's.
Haven't gotten anything that wasn't from Kohl's for my birthday or Christmas ever.
Because you can get a new outfit and like lemon wafers.
I mean,
yeah. And
you can get a fragrance.
You can get a fragrance.
Yeah.
You can get a microwave.
That was the whole idea behind Walmart, right? You could just go in there and just get your car fixed on.
But that's too much.
Yeah.
It's just Walmart's too. I like Kohl's. It's condensed.
But they don't work on your car at Kohl's.
They could though, I bet.
Have you noticed that like when you're on the road traveling that there's a shopping mall that looks like the one that you grew up next to every city that you go to?
Every city that I go.
Same shit.
It's the same shit.
Marshall's, Best Buy, Kmart, not Kmart anymore, Target.
Remember Hex? Did y'all have Hex or Roses?
We had Roses.
Loved Roses.
Roses was fancy.
And they had the best back to school supplies.
Bruh, Roses.
There was a Roses in every strip mall.
I love Sears though because they had tools.
I love Sears and Roebuck.
That's the first place I ever remember seeing a Cabbage Patch Kid. I saw a Cabbage Patch Kid at a Sears one time.
Sears and Roebuck. Roebuck?
And that's the first time I ever saw a riding lawnmower. And I was like, Dad.
We had one.
What's wrong with you?
Why wouldn't you ride the mower?
He's like, they're too expensive.
They probably were. We had a push mower and a ride mower, but we shared the ride mower with a neighbor down the street. So they split the cost, you see, and then they would walk to each other's house to pick up the lawnmower.
And they just ride.
They ride it in the neighborhood all the way back, showing off.
I think push mowers are for people who don't drink.
You're absolutely right.
Ride mowers are for people who ain't gonna stop drinking beer all day.
You just put that shit on cruise control.
Yeah. We had a hill in our backyard though, so it wouldn't have been good. But our neighbor next door, he had a riding lawnmower. He could only grow grass in the front yard. We could only grow grass in the backyard. And then when my daddy passed, he would mow the lawn for my mama.
Y'all needed to get together on the lawn situation.
We did.
And grow the grass on both sides.
Well, I eventually ripped out all the trees in my mom's front yard because when she wanted to sell the house, I was like, well, no one's going to buy it without any grass in the front yard.
No, you got to have grass.
Yeah, I ripped all them trees out and I tilled it up and I grew just enough grass to sell the house and we were fucking out. I drove by there last time I was home. This shit's a rock quarry in the front yard.
That's what our house is now, too. It's a rock quarry.
Oh, did you on purpose, though?
No.
Because have you seen that Palm Springs shit where they just put rocks in the front yard so they don't have to grow grass?
I don't mind that. Yeah. In Palm Springs, but in Virginia Beach, Virginia, that looks ridiculous. In a colonial Williamsburg style.
Wait. Did you have a colonial house?
Yep, did you?
Ours was like German colonial. Like the bottom was painted, the bottom was brick, and the second top was white with brown strips on it.
I can see it in my brain.
Yep. Did you have the split level kitchen?
No, we didn't have that.
So you came in from...
But I really liked a split level kitchen. I love a up down. I love a step up, like a little mini step.
We had 3. And it's the reason that I broke the only bone in my body that I've ever broken.
Because of those stairs?
I broke my tailbone because of those stairs. When I finally got to be 16, because I would always run out the kitchen and I would jump into the living room. But the ceiling comes down too.
Oh, no.
So I finally got to be tall enough. One time I ran and I clipped my forehead on the ceiling and my ass swung out from under me and I fell and I broke the bottom stair.
Damn. How old were you?
16.
No, you never did it again.
I never broke another bone in my body.
Why not?
You can't get a cast for your ass.
You can't get a cast for your ass.
Ass cast.
Ass cast.
I mean, that's probably something different now that you can like stream
that's probably a dirty.
Don't go to asscast.com. We're definitely not sponsored by asscast.com.
I'm going to go to asscast.com in the car before I leave here.
Yeah, why not? Everybody should go to asscast.com and get 20% off with offer code The Isaac Abrams Show. I can't wait to get ads on this show.
Sponsored by Asscast.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with ASCAP. Isn't that where people...
Write music.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they bought the rights to ASCast just in case.
Just to license them out.
Just in case.
ASCAP and ASCast.
Why not?
Yeah.
I would. Aren't you supposed to buy all the like peripheral potential websites?
I mean, sure, but somebody already has IsaacAbrams.com.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's a painter.
He's a painter. I really wondered if it was you.
That's not my real name.
What's your real name?
My last name is Heckert.
Why'd you change it to Abrams?
My middle name is Abraham.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Good Christian
Isaac
boy.
Abraham.
Isaac Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I got it twice.
Damn.
And everybody in here thinks I'm Jewish.
Yeah, that does give off a Jewish vibe.
Yeah. In fact, we met this girl at the bar. Me and my neighbor met this girl at the bar. And she was kind of interested in him. And then I handed her a sticker to the podcast, and she's like, oh, you're Jewish? And she got real friendly. And I was like, I'm going to let this sit for just a second before I tell her I'm not
just
Jewish.
Enjoy this for a minute.
I'm going to enjoy the fruits of the tribe for a minute. Fried
Did
troops.
you tell her? Would you say fried troops? You said fried troops.
I said fried troops.
Fried troops.
Oh my God.
Tribe fruits.
Tribe fruits.
Not to be confused with fried troops.
or fried truths.
Fried truths.
Yes.
You should enjoy the fruits.
The look of disappointment on her face when I said, I'm not Jewish.
Damn, you really let her down.
I really did.
That's fucked up. Was she Jewish?
Very.
So she was just excited.
Yeah.
You know?
She didn't expect there to be one of
She didn't expect there to be a phony.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. A Jewish imposterator.
Yeah. Imposterator.
Impersonator.
A Jewish impersonator.
There's no T in personator. It's personator.
Personator. Remember when you tried to ask me questions about the trans experience or like queer experience, and then I was like, no, we're not.
Do you want to get serious and educate people and have a platform to really spread the word? No. Let's make silly jokes about Burger King.
I'm happy to.
Yeah.
I am happy to. I do say, though, I am not the queer authority, and I don't think I don't take things very seriously within myself.
Yeah.
That I do take other people seriously, and if somebody feels very seriously about the thing that they're identifying, you know, however they're identifying or whatever position they feel personally, I'm going to take that seriously.
Yeah. That's
the easiest way we can support people.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make fun of myself.
Sure.
All the live long day.
You have to.
I have to. I'm going to drag my own self, you know.
Is there a double entendre going there somewhere?
There is. Okay. Drag.
Are you?
Self.
What are you?
We don't know. Verdict still out.
I don't know. I guess the only only question that comes out of like super ignorance and insecurity would be like, if I met a woman that was not born a woman.
Yeah.
And then the only time that I found out
was not born female.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know how to, I'm not.
I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to clean it up as we go.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment. It's just a cleanup.
That's what we talked about last week, right? Well, me and my buddies. On this show, we were like, for all the people that we know that are trans, if we accidentally slip and say something and you go, my bad, they're like, no problem. It's like if you call Brian, that's a bad example.
Byron.
And they're like, it's Brian. I'm like, sorry, Byron.
You know what?
Yeah.
Well, I think most trans people understand that, or have actually, unfortunately, have had to develop a lot of grace and patience and understanding, right? Because you're coming up in families and communities and societies that don't generally support you. Mm-hmm. So you develop that ability, like patience is a thing you end up having to have.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to want to just kill everybody because everyone's treating you like you're a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. But, you know, so I think there's a built-in, sort of baked-in understanding that people, and a discernment that people have had to have and now have between people who like innocently don't mean to say the wrong thing and are willing to learn. Yeah. And who are like, oh yeah, my bad. Like most people don't get like bent out of shape over nothing, you know? Yeah.
I think what the fight that I'm trying to fight, that's not even a fight, is like taking my old Southern brain. Yeah. And thinking the way that people who haven't changed since high school, like remembering how I used to think before I was enlightened by the California sun. Yeah. You know, like what are the silly things that people who aren't educated at all or haven't even been around anybody that has transitioned or is experiencing that lifestyle? It's not a lifestyle. I'm using wrong words. But
you're fine. We know what you mean.
Yeah. Like there's this,
like what are they thinking?
Yeah, there's also just this big shroud of mystery. Yeah. Like there's supposed to be something we all know, but like we're supposed to act like we know it, but we don't know it, but we don't know where to get the information, and we can't ask any questions, or we're gay, dude.
Another comic said that to me the other night. She was like, I don't like, I don't know. I want to ask questions. We were hanging out before a show and she's like, I want to ask questions. I'm curious. I don't really know where to look. You know, I can Google shit, but like, I'd rather get to know a person, but like, I'm not just going to like walk up to any trans person and start asking them questions.
Right.
Maybe I can't always even identify a trans person because you just can't always identify a trans person. You're
Correct.
not, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like more talking about it is a good thing, and being curious, and, you know, I think that you're doing right by just being curious. But you were going to say, if you met a woman...
Yeah, if I met a woman and, like, on the apps when you're swiping, people clearly identify themselves.
Sometimes, but some people are stealth and don't want to be...
Right.
Don't want to out themselves.
That's true. I guess the deepest southern fear is that you start making out with somebody and you find a dick.
Right.
What does that mean? What does that mean to me and my sexuality? I touched a dick and I liked it.
Well, I would say, how often do you touch your own dick?
Every day.
You love touching your dick, right?
I do. I'm very good at hand jobs.
So I bet you wouldn't hate it.
That's
I
right.
bet you wouldn't hate it so much.
Right. If we stopped at hand jobs, we're fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the only dick I would ever suck is mine.
Yeah. You
And
would suck, you would do that.
You would.
You would. Everybody would.
Right. And I think that's a gateway drug. That's a gateway dick. Your own dick is a gateway dick to other dicks.
I call myself the gateway drug into homosexuality for everyone.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when men are attracted to me, I'm like, you're gay. Like this is just a safe version.
Interesting.
You know, I joke about that because I'm like, I'm gateway. Everybody's.
I thought you were going the other way. Like women always
always
women.
First. Yes, of course, always. That's a given because women are just ripe.
But I mean, like a woman who hasn't had a woman yet. You're like, do you find that you're flipping straights a lot?
Used to. Now it's just like I'm not. I used to really like act. This is bad, but I used to like really have fun with that when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in a. It was just fun because it didn't feel like you're not flipping somebody. You're actually just like
helping them find
bringing
themselves.
out the truth. Like if you find yourself attracted to the same sex, even for a little, you know, you're not straight. You're just not. Most people aren't straight. There's some varying degree of that, really, if you're honest with yourself.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself if you're a woman who finds yourself making out with a woman, and you're liking it, and you're liking what I'm doing, like. Chances are,
get down, Katy Perry.
You know, you're just a little. You're not quite all the way as straight as you thought you were.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Who gives a shit?
Women are just a lot better at just going like, yeah, so what?
Yeah, they are.
And
we've given women more permission. To do that. Because it's like girls are being friendly. It's just like fun.
There's just razor sharp edge for men. That's like any contact with another male, and you're gay. And it's like, okay, what's wrong with that?
But you guys are like the irony of that is when women go into the bathroom, we always go into our own stall. We don't like pee in front of each other. We're not like standing right next to each other with our dicks out, taking a leak and having a full conversation.
Well, I would love stalls. I would love the same opportunity that we have one, maybe two, and then it's just these receptacles on the wall.
Well, y'all need to change that. We're not in charge of your stalls.
Well, you should be.
You know?
You
guys have been doing that. You love doing that. Y'all love taking a leak outside in front of one another.
I just realized we're doing it to ourselves.
Y'all love fucking wrestling each other. You're like always all up in each other's junk.
That's not gay, dude.
Y'all are just... I've said this before. There is nothing gayer than a straight man. There is nothing gayer than a straight man. Y'all are gay as shit.
I know a comedian that has a joke about that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the gayest thing in the entire world.
You don't know if... I don't want to blow his joke, but no one's ever going to watch him live. You don't know if, you're right. Being straight and never touching a dick is the gayest thing that you can do.
It's the gayest thing you do.
But touching one dick and knowing that you don't like it, it's like you can't say you don't like turkey without eating a turkey sandwich.
Right? Who cares? You tried it.
Yeah.
Like, I also feel like gay men get a bad rap as if they're not manly. Like they're not, people where we're from. Like, yes, we know in LA people have moved on from that, and we know that actually most gay men are like ripped and beautiful.
They will kick your ass.
Yeah. But where I'm from, like my dad will literally be carrying like a baby blue gym bag, and he's like, "Does this make me look gay?" Like they're
so worried about it.
They're so worried about it.
And the thing that's really starting to bother me now with like some of the headliners or whatever, like comedians.
Yeah.
Is that they're making like straight comedians are making gay jokes.
Yeah, they're talking about this stuff a lot.
A lot. And it's like, I don't know why it bothers me, but I'm like, listen, like, I can make fun of rednecks. I can make fun of, like, kids who were bowlers when they were 13 or kids who went to Burger King with their dad. But,
why not?
Why am I going to make a joke about you being gay?
All that does is make me think that you're probably gay.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Why are you thinking about gay things so much unless you're gay?
And why is it funny to so many people in the audience?
Because they're gay. Because everyone is like a skosh, just curious. It doesn't mean you're gay or not, but like the human mind is curious. We are naturally curious about everything, but we're going to just stop at sexuality. That's insane. It's the most exciting thing about being a human. Why would that be the thing that we're the least curious about and the most controlled over? That's insane.
It's right up there with Burger King.
You know, right up there with Burger King. And dudes, I'm like, gay dudes are the most manly to me because how often do guys think about sex, right? Every 6 seconds or whatever. That's like, I remember growing up and that was like a big like point that guys would make. Like boys would be like, boys and girls are really different. Like girls need emotional connection and boys are just like, all we're thinking about is sex every 6 seconds, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, but gay men are actually having sex every 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Straight men are not.
No.
So that is the most manly thing you could be, is a gay man, because you're going to get to have sex as much as you actually want to have it. The best thing you could do for yourself actually as a sexual being is be a gay man.
I mean, I see your point.
It's a good point.
I'm not buying the ticket and I'm taking the ride, but it's a valid argument.
It's a valid argument.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear it anymore. It's like men being like, straight men being like, we just want to fuck. It's like, I know you and your girl aren't doing that all the time.
No, and it's her fault.
It ain't happening. And it's both of y'all's. It's her fault. She doesn't want to do your fucking laundry anymore, bro. She doesn't want to see your skid marks in your underwear anymore. It doesn't make her want to have sex with you.
Right.
It actually kind of makes her want to have sex with me. And I'm not mad about that.
Your skid marks look different.
I don't have them.
What?
We don't have women don't have skid marks. We just don't. This is not a thing.
You know, if you take care of yourself, you don't have skid marks.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
But
I think you just start giving up.
I do. I think men start, especially men.
I don't think it's men or women. I think it's married people.
Married people give up. Yeah, you're right. Married people give up.
5 years into any marriage, and you're like, man, y'all are really starting to
look alike.
Yeah. I can't tell.
That happens too.
Yeah.
Like, y'all look alike.
You look exactly the same.
My brother and his wife look alike. I've told them that from the moment they got together. I'm like, y'all look alike. I don't trust
like
this.
That.
Maybe they do.
Yeah. I mean, they're like identical?
No, they're not identical, but it's just too much. It's too close.
Yeah.
Like, they look more related than my brother and I.
Oh.
But I'm also kind of afraid. I'm like tall, everyone's short.
Are people like, how are you and your sister doing? And he's like, that's my wife. And they're like, you can't marry your wife.
And he's like, this is Virginia. You can do whatever you want.
I'll go to West Virginia in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. Speaking of, I watched The Whitaker Family.
Ooh, I don't know what that is.
I can't speak. All I can say it's a very inbred family in West Virginia.
Oh, is it the Wild and Something Whites of West Virginia? Have you seen that?
I don't think it's that. This is Soft White Underbelly, that YouTube series.
Okay.
And he talks to the Whitaker family, and they are all inbred, like inbred for generations.
Yeah, the good kind.
The only kind.
I mean,
I didn't watch much of it because I was like, I start to feel like,
listen, here's what I'm going to tell you about that.
The feelings I'm having are inappropriate, so I need to turn this off to just, think loving thoughts.
When you buy a thoroughbred horse, it comes from a purebred line down from the king horse to the little horse ponies. But when you make a real human being, there ain't no branches on that tree. The Lord designed us to be birthed from our mother's mothers.
You're not wrong.
No, I'm not.
We actually, according to the Christian tale, we are all inbred.
Well, technically we just are anyway, probably scientifically speaking. Now, are you talking about Adam and Eve, or are you talking about Noah? You ever think about that?
I have thought about that. The clean slate that Noah created for mankind.
Well, and it's also in 9 other different texts in different languages and religions all across the world. God forbid.
God forbid.
But let's just say.
Yep, give it to me.
Let's just say that it started over and it was Noah and his wife and his 3 sons and their wife.
His 3 sons. Yep.
Don't follow this close magic.
Christians were good at math.
This is close-up magic right here.
Homeschool.
Fucking David Blaine in your ass with this shit. So, very nice guy, David Blaine, by the way. I'll tell you a story about him later.
I'd love to know more.
Yeah. What was that from? Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Anyway, David Blaine, incest, math, Noah. Okay, right? We found it.
This episode, I really hope is your most unhinged.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be.
This is it.
I love it.
Most of the time I'm sitting here going, what the fuck are they talking about? And I'm just, And then what? I feel like a therapist most of the time. And how did that make you feel?
This is the one that launches you into further than you already are.
Yeah.
This is the one that gives you
Fame and fortune? Oh.
But also cancels you simultaneously.
Excellent.
You know?
That's what I need.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
That's the key to success.
I'm going to abandon Noah for a second and ask you this question. Swipe it to the side.
Put him on the arc.
Now, you know how some people are like white comedians that have a black crowd?
Yes.
There's one of them. Gary Owen.
Yeah.
Are there any straights that have a gay crowd? Like, could I be like the one straight that just really gets them?
I'm thinking, because I don't, I'm kind of the gay that is straight crowds.
Oh, you have straight crowds.
I prefer, not prefer, cut that out.
No.
Don't cut it out.
Canceling.
I feel like when I do best, it's with diverse crowds. It's not a gay show. It's not a, I want to talk to straight men in the audience. I love conversing with straight men in the audience. It's just love it. Have a ball with them. I get really nervous on gay shows that are just gay shows.
Oh, do you feel like you have to am I gay enough?
Like, yeah, am I saying the right terms?
Oh.
Is my POV, on trend? Mm-hmm. Am I hurting someone's feelings where, my community can be real sensitive?
Are you going to get a gasp
serious?
where you didn't want one?
Yeah. Are the butch lesbians, or that mask is what we say now, I guess, masculine lesbians?
Oh, yes.
Be threatened by me?
I saw that on that lesbian dating show.
Yeah. Oh, Queer Ultimatum.
Yes.
You and I can tangent like a motherfucker.
What's up? Horrible show. Can't stop watching it.
I said, they need to make a queer one of these, and they did.
Yep, and they put some straights in there. They put some secret straights in there, and you know it.
I know.
Oh.
You know it.
Mm-mm.
That one girl?
Yep. The blonde? Mm-hmm. No. Mm-mm.
No way.
She ain't touched a titty in her whole life.
I'll tell you one thing. Gay as the day is long.
You think so?
100%. As gay as the day is long.
Which one do you think is straight, though?
The one that I thought was kind of more straight was the crazy one. The one that was driving everyone bonkers.
Oh, the loud one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't strike me as...
But there's one of those on every reality dating show. There's always like, look at me. One. Yeah, I'm mean. I'm doing mean shit.
She just seemed, and I really felt bad for her in the end, because I felt like she doesn't know what she's getting into. She was like, I'm a social media influencer. No, girl, no, you're not.
Not till the show comes on the air. You ain't shit yet.
You ain't shit yet.
I looked you up. You have 435 followers.
I did too. Yeah. I was like, girl, you don't even have anything. Mm-mm. What are you talking about?
No.
I felt bad. I actually, in the end, was like, you know what? I feel for her.
I didn't finish it. Did anybody get married?
What is wrong with you?
I was watching it with the lady that I was dating.
I actually think that was a real risk, because women can turn women like...
She gonna jump through the TV?
You never know. The tall one, Mal... She was turning bitches left and right.
Was that the mask one?
Mm-hmm. There were a few mask ones.
In the suit, the darker one in the suit? Darker tan?
The darker one?
I'm not using the right words for black or African American.
The darker one?
Sorry. Is that bad?
Yep.
I don't know how to call people.
You can just say, go watch the last stand-up clip on my page where it says words my mom whispers.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, because she whispers black. Because you can say it.
I laughed out loud at that shit.
Because it's true. Because it's you. You just did. I watched you malfunction. You're like yeah. You can say black.
You can't.
You can also just say African American.
No.
Or you can say...
You can't say African American anymore.
You can say African American.
No, I was told by a black person like 8 years ago to say black, and I just don't know why I say black.
I mean, I feel like African American really just makes you look like a dork. Yeah. Like you're like African. It looks like you're trying very hard.
It does, and they're not from Africa.
Not everybody.
I shouldn't have said they. I just really kind of put myself in a hole there.
But you're acknowledging it, and you're growing as you change.
No, I'm an editor. That's all. I'm going to look great.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's the magic of editing.
It's the magic of editing.
Yeah.
You, Mal was the black mask lesbian.
Yes.
Who very handsome. Mm-hmm. I don't know their pronouns, but...
Game for days.
Game for days.
Bruh. and did that like
had the whole vibe. Had the whole vibe. But also I was like not getting I was confused as to how Xander, love the name, was taking her girl away from Mal, because Mal's just so like statuesque and seems so the idea. I don't know. In a vain sense, I was like,
But there was a pullback there.
Yeah, Xander was giving off like, was a very open, seemed like it was like flirting, whereas Mal wasn't really. It was they both seemed genuine and lovely. I guess I don't know. What do I know?
I've just worked on too many reality shows.
All I know is it's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah.
Lesbians are entertaining.
Our mask, and I see the word like the mask, like Jim Carrey, the mask, M-A-S-K.
Yeah, same.
But it's not.
I literally do too.
M-A-S-C, right? Masculine.
M-A-S-C,
it's the half of masculine, right?
Half of masculine.
Our mask.
We're almost masculine. I think we just came up with a funny new bit.
What about like when you order like a half calf at the...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a half mask.
Half mask.
Yeah.
A half mask would be a quarter.
Quarter mask.
Quarter mask. Half of mask. Like I can't say I'm masculine, right? Because I'm not a man, so I can just say I'm masked.
Well, you decide if you're a man or not.
True.
Yeah.
It gets wild.
I'm almost at the outer limits of my understanding right now.
I've been at the outer limits.
Jesus didn't want us to know any of this.
Like I'm as queer as it gets, but I really don't know what I'm saying most
Jesus
of the time.
wanted us to marry someone of the opposite duality of sex and then have our real sex that we like in private.
Even though his mom didn't even have sex to get pregnant with him.
No, she sure didn't.
She did not, y'all. And neither did my mother.
I wonder what kind of sex Jesus was having on the earth, and then just like, what's it called? Where the Alien movie with Will Smith when he would just zap.
Oh yeah,
erase
the memory.
You guys don't remember that shit. He was just about there.
That's what he did.
What if he was 14? He had all the power of God. He was, I'm gonna fuck you. Hey.
I bet he did.
Yeah, and just you don't remember.
It doesn't make sense that he would have come here and not had sex. It's like God came to experience life as a human. This is my memory of what I was told. Jesus is the Son of God, but he's also God.
Yeah, and he had a brother.
And he came down to earth. God wanted to experience life as a human and then die for humans as a human. So he came down as Jesus. But if you want to be a human and having a human experience, isn't the first thing you're going to do is fuck?
Well, the only counter argument I can think to that is that if you created the heavens and the earth, you created sex and you know what it feels like. So you technically know what it's like to fuck everyone. Whoa!
He's fucked all his children.
He's fucked it.
False.
All the little children of the world. Jesus fucking all the children.
Jesus?
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, God.
No,
we've got about 15 usable minutes from this episode.
That's all it's going to be is Jesus beep.
Mayans.
Yeah.
Thursdays at 7.
Thursday at 7. Only on Hulu.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we should know all of the things that we know.
Well, I don't think so. If you go along with anything that Joe Rogan has ever said, he thinks that there's supposed to only be tribes of 140 people.
You know, I don't know. I didn't hear that because I don't listen to him.
No, really? You fall right into his main demographic.
But sometimes I get curious. I'm a very, very curious person, especially if I'm high. So if I'm high, I want to know what everybody who's not like me is doing and thinking. So I can get down a rabbit hole and almost become the thing I'm going down the rabbit. Like I will be like I will be a Rogan head.
Yeah.
Like this close to a Rogan head.
Oh,
and then I bail.
Same shit.
And then I bail.
If I get into something, like one summer I spent the whole summer researching vampires at the college library.
Well, you need to go on TikTok because you know what I just got into?
Vampires?
Vampires.
Stop it.
This woman was at a gas station. Last night I watched this video. She's at a gas station. She's like, y'all, the man that's in that car has this type of blood and I am not going to bite him, but I am sitting over here in my car not getting gas yet because if I get out and I smell that blood, I'm going to bite him.
How does she know what kind of blood he has?
She smells it.
Well, she said if she smelled it, then she'd bite him.
No, she smells it. She didn't have to bite him to smell it.
She just look at him?
Mm-hmm. His pheromones or whatever. But if I watch enough of those, I will start believing that there are vampires on Earth. 100%.
Don't know if I want to live forever.
Why would you want to live forever?
Well, if you go and find the vampires and become a vampire, you're gonna live forever.
I don't want to become one.
Whoa. You're telling me right now, vamp, no vamp. You're going no vamp.
No vamp.
What?
They have to. They like literally have to do. There's so many rules to being a vampire. They're like always having to eat. I forget about eating all the time,
Bruh.
And then when I eat, I don't have to like clean up a giant bloody mess.
You don't. You fucking leave it for the humans to clean up.
You just leave it.
Why do you think there's blood banks, bro? That's
Bro.
their fast food.
You're right.
Yeah, they own them.
God, now I'm believing in vampires
It would
again.
take hundreds of years for you to amass the wealth so that you would want to like live your vampy life.
So you would be, but you don't want to live forever.
That's what I'm debating at right now. But here's the problem. If you get famous, if you get relatively famous,
Yeah.
you can't live forever because people will be like, bruh, you don't age. So,
Yeah, they would
then
pick
you
up
have
on
to-
it.
You have to find
You have a
like,
life of obscurity.
yeah. And what the fucking, there's
That
no
sounds
fun in
fucking
that.
boring.
Yeah.
What we do in the shadows,
Yeah.
like really fun to watch. Doesn't look fun to live.
I don't want to only go out at night. I like the beach.
Yeah, I really like the beach too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to live in an old house like that.
I think you can live in a new house.
But then that you're gonna live in it so long, it's gonna become old. You just keep switching to new. Like it's just so much to keep up on. You have to literally evolve
It's true.
all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Can you imagine if you were just even 200 years old?
That would be insane.
I wouldn't want that.
There's people who are like 114.
I'm 43, and it's hard for me to transition from not having the internet before. Until
Same.
having
I'm 41. I'll be 41 in November.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't. My dad worked for IBM. We had the first internet on the block.
You were the hub.
Yeah, kids were coming over looking at their AOL all day.
Did you have Prodigy? Do you remember Prodigy?
We did,
Yeah.
but we quickly.
Yeah, Prodigy was out as soon as
Let's
it came
go.
in.
See you
Hello.
later. It's not even going.
It's not doing anything.
Yeah. What did Prodigy do though? Prodigy did something.
I can't remember, but I know that it did something because my friend Alana had Prodigy and we didn't have Prodigy. And I remember thinking it was really cool for a minute. There was something that it did that my IBM didn't do.
But isn't Prodigy part of AOL? It was AOL Prodigy, I think.
Later,
Maybe.
right?
Or AOL Bottom.
Maybe they bought them.
I don't know.
But it could do something sick.
All I know is that the only thing you could do on the internet back then was get in chat rooms. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, we got into some weird conversations in there.
Same. That's all we did.
ASL, bro.
Yeah.
And
Truly, all the live long day.
Yeah. Just telling strangers that you're a 13-year-old from North Carolina, male.
100. We would literally go into rooms and pretend to be adults. Mm-hmm. And like talk to adults about adult things.
And you know it's just another not adult.
It's just there's not a single adult on the internet at that time.
You want to cyber?
There were no internet like
Adults.
No, there were no
adults.
No like
No IAs.
To Catch a Predator. That's
Nope.
not where they were. It was just us.
That fucking dude got busted.
Wait, the To Catch a Predator dude got busted for being a predator?
That's what I heard.
I need you to Google it right now. Is that one true?
I talked about it on another episode.
Now.
I think he got popped, but then it was like a misunderstanding. And there was one guy that he felt bad for, and he let him go.
Wait, a misunderstanding?
He just like really felt bad for the guy. The guy like kind of resonated with him.
In what way?
He was just like
Did the pedophile resonate with him?
Chris just felt bad for that guy.
Chris is slipping.
Oh, Chris has been slipping for
Chris
a while.
has been slipping.
You can't make that show without it affecting you.
Wait, his name is Chris Henson, and then there was Chris Hansen, who's the Bachelor, and he got ousted, didn't he?
I don't know about
that a word?
Any bouts. Ousted is a word.
The guy from the host of The Bachelor.
Oh yeah, he was fucking all the girls that didn't make it because they all.
And didn't he say something? Didn't he say something racist?
Of course.
Of course he did. I mean, no surprise.
He had 24, not seasons, years of 4 seasons a year Bachelor money. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Do you remember when he wrote a novel? He
No.
wrote a novel, like a romance novel.
I think they should have just sent him down to Survivor. Switched him with Jeff Probst or whatever that
I
dude's
would have
name
loved
is.
that.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
That dude wears safari
He's
shirts.
chill.
Yeah. Talk about another dude who's just made out of money.
Just made of money.
Easiest job in the world.
I would give anything.
That and then the dude who hosts like the the MTV kids when they get back together every once in a year
yeah.
and they have to do the challenge. And there's that one guy that used to ride motocross. He's the worst host on television.
He's absolutely horrifying.
Hey guys, today that's a rope, and then there's 2 teams, 4 people at 8 times a day, and then there's swim, and if you lose, you might be going home, dude.
You might be going home, dude. My favorite host is Carson Daly.
I love Carson.
Carson Daly on The Voice. He found God on The Voice.
Yeah.
He found his home. He cries.
Does he?
He gets like emotional. He gets really invested. You can see the hives starting to come out. He started to call Ariana Grande Ari, and she was like, "Why are you calling?" He's like, "I'm so sorry, Ari." Like it's humbled him.
Yeah.
He may have not made it out as a decent human if he hadn't become the host of The Voice.
My friend Dylan married his sister.
Oh.
And I did a commercial with him.
Was he nice?
He was so nice.
He seems like it.
He had a heart out. We all knew he had a heart out. And it was like 4 o'clock or something. And at 3:45, he was like, "Hey guys, I feel like we're kind of pushing it here. Everybody knows I need to go." And we're like, "Okay, can we do one more shot?" He's like, "One more. And then I got to go. I didn't bring an agent. I didn't bring a manager. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, I'm going to leave after this."
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's a nice way of handling it.
Then the producer was like, "Oh, please stay." And he was like, "All right, go fuck yourself."
I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He seems nice to me.
Very nice.
He seems like he doesn't, like, he got humbled somewhere along the way. He looks like a man who got humbled.
Yeah.
He's a little tired.
Well, he's been in show business for so long.
So long. He's got to be at least 200.
My second PA job ever was on his show.
TRL?
No, his nighttime talk show.
Oh, I forgot he had a nighttime talk show.
We're talking about October of 2006.
Do you think that he feels inferior to Ryan Seacrest?
Everyone feels inferior to Ryan Seacrest.
I feel inferior to Ryan Seacrest.
Do you know why Ryan is insanely talented?
Why?
Or successful, excuse me.
I was like, that's debatable. But I want to hear your reason why.
I worked on the promos for American Idol or whatever show Ryan's on, like, I don't know, 7 years in a row.
American Idol.
Yeah. So one year we're out in Santa Clarita at this standing set. It's like a small town set. And he doesn't film when the judges film because he's the host.
Yeah.
So I was just chilling with him for like, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever. Because I was running the photo unit and there was a video unit. The next year, he shows up in his car service. I go out to greet him. And he's like getting stuff out of his car. And he goes, "Oh, hey, Isaac." That much of a glance. If you're just listening at home, I just barely glanced over.
He's a genius.
Yeah. Either that or someone emailed him and said I was his point of contact, and I was just standing outside waiting for him.
But the fact that he even cared or remembered or even looked at that email?
Then when we went inside, he was like, "Sarah, Brian, Sally, Bennett."
People like to work with him.
Everybody likes the best sound anyone ever wants to hear is their own name.
I love that about Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know what made me like him? I got really into American Idol this last season. I've never watched it in my life. Got doubled down into it. Like started following contestants on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like I ride with you, I support you. Like let's take this, because these are just like, it's not like The Voice. The Voice are people who have been gigging for years and they can't catch a break. American Idol is like they pull these kids from
McDonald's, Burger King.
Yeah. It would never be a Burger King.
And give them a new crown.
They give them a fucking. And these kids are just sweet. You can't even understand what they're saying most of the time. They're just talking
right out the back of their mouth.
Yep, just straight out of their.
I wrote this about my mom when I was.
And Ryan Seacrest is right there with their parents, hugging them. He's not, he's not like being weird. He's not like, "Don't touch me" or anything. He's like hugging them, jumping all over him. How'd it go? Happy, he's.
You know who else is good though? About it. Terry Crews is a good host too.
Terry Crews is a great host. Truly.
Are we talking about different shows, or did he just fill in for Ryan Seacrest? I don't watch any of these shows.
No, he fills in for Ryan Seacrest, right?
I thought he was X Factor.
No, he's X Factor. You're right. Doesn't Ryan Seacrest also do X Factor?
Which one is the one where the chairs turn around?
That's The Voice.
That's The Voice. They don't have a host. If they do,
they have a host. Yeah, they have Carson Daly.
That's Carson Daly.
Yeah,
with the chairs turning around.
Yeah,
got it. Okay, now
put him on the ark with Noah.
Right.
Oops.
And then who's hosting on
a Sports Bra got your microphone.
God damn it. Sports Bra got me again.
Got you again.
Goddamn Sports Bra.
Goddamn.
You may be the only sports bra that's ever come in here.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't get a lot of women on this show.
Why would you?
No, that's not true. I've had quite a few women this season.
In that moment, I realized, why have I not gotten sponsored by a sports bra? I've been talking about my sports bras for so many years.
You have to win the Women's World Cup and then pull your jersey off and slide on your knees across the grass, and then you'll get a sports bra sponsor.
What if I did all of that but not win the World Cup. But I just did all of that, but without the World Cup.
That's the deal. I actually have a sports bra company. I'll endorse you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you just want free product, or are you looking
looks
for money?
great on you.
Thank you. I'm really trying to. These are D cups. Can you believe it?
You know what? I would never have thought.
I got all this estrogen from the IPAs I was into from 2014 to 2017.
If you want to transition, just get into IPAs.
That's it.
That's all you got to do.
Did you know that IPAs have estrogen? You will get the best set of tits of your life.
Your life.
Dude.
Your dick will shrink.
If you meet a man and he says he's into craft beers,
big old titties.
Squeeze his fucking tits and find out. I have a buddy that brews his own beer, and he has the hottest set of tits I've ever seen.
Shave them up, put them in a bra.
Don't even shave them.
Oh, girl.
Don't even shave them.
Girl, you know what? But you know what? That's one of my mom's catchphrases.
But you know what?
But you know what?
We can't even, you and I, physically, we can't talk about bless their heart. Or
No.
the internet will
It'll
stop.
explode.
Yeah. Nobody has a better take on bless their heart.
Nobody.
We can't share it. I've
I'm
shared it a
living
couple
it and
times.
breathing it.
But if we both go in on bless your heart right now,
Nope. People, you'll lose followers because they won't know what we're talking
both
about.
of them will stop following.
Both of our mothers will stop paying attention to us.
That's right. My mom's the type of mama that, like, I didn't even put this content on Facebook for a long time because I didn't want folks from church to see it and go, do you know what kind of filth your son is making on the internet? But finally,
Honestly,
I was like, I need a career, and this shit does way better on Facebook than anywhere else.
Facebook is incredible.
I didn't touch it for 10 years.
I have not touched it. But you know when I touched it was right before they took away the incentive for Reels.
Oh, yeah.
I started making bank off my Reels for a second on Facebook, and then they pulled it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would I be on here?
I just had one do 800,000.
But you don't make anything now.
Yeah, you don't make any money off Instagram either.
No, not anymore.
TikTok will pay your ass.
Yeah, but you got to get a lot.
We gotta
We got to get a lot.
But
YouTube will pay your ass.
Oh, it will not.
Why?
I make $2 a day, less than $2 a day on YouTube.
Where do you make the bulk of your money from your things?
From this show?
Yeah.
This show costs me money.
I figured.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
Most people are spending money.
We are, but like when
to make money.
When that switch flips, like I've produced a bunch of shows that make very good money, and I hope to be in that bracket one day.
And you will.
Yeah.
Because you're funny.
Thank you.
And you have interesting points of view, and you don't.
I don't know what any of them are.
You don't edit any of them. You just say them. There's no editing.
I don't edit it now. I edit it later.
You never edit it.
I didn't?
No, your machine does that little.
Oh yeah, but I will remove stuff. Sorry, my ass is vibrating.
Well, who is it?
It's my friend Nick Pyatt.
Hi, Nick.
He
I'm
lives
gonna
down
take a
the
hit of my
street.
vape while you answer.
I'm
Nick.
not going to answer this.
You tell Nick I said hello.
I will. He's got COVID, and he's a block and a half from here.
Well,
Because
damn,
his dumb ass got a job at the airport.
COVID's making a comeback.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't like that.
Why?
I think it's related to the election.
Well, no shit.
I don't think it's real.
I mean,
I'm kidding. I watched too much Joe Rogan last night.
wow.
Doesn't he not think it's real or something?
Oh, no.
What's his stance?
Man, I don't want to talk for Joe. He's had
Yeah, don't talk for Joe.
tons of experts on. His big problem is the vaccine. It's not COVID. His big problem was shutting down the country.
Yeah.
When we didn't necessarily need to. I don't know how I feel about it because I don't know. I was part of the shutdown. Like I sat at home, got to check.
Yeah.
But
I do appreciate that he brings on experts in their field.
Yeah.
Like that part seems cool.
If he wants to know something, he's going to go find the foremost expert on it and talk to them for 4 hours.
But then sometimes he leaves with a conclusion that I'm like, yeah, but there's some comments. There's a common sense element to some of this.
I think a lot of like people who don't listen to his active show, a lot of the content that you're receiving is highly edited and they're put it on hating Rogan channels because those monetize very quickly.
And his stand-up is very different than his podcast.
Yeah, it's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
But if you
and sometimes it's like, what's happening? But his podcast can be kind of interesting, actually.
It can. Yeah. And a lot of people hate on it. Look, whoever's the best at anything, I'm going to check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you could, at the very least, you could be like, how are they doing this? Like, what is the appeal? What's the,
when I watch that show, I see 10 things I would change if I took Jamie's job tomorrow.
What would you change?
The camera angles are dog shit.
Yeah.
Like they're short-sighted, right? So he puts the head in the middle of the frame. Like you're supposed to in a 16:9 frame, It's the rule of thirds. You want to like see that I'm communicating with someone over here. So in a left-right cut, you don't want the face.
Yes, you don't want to break that line.
Yeah.
Does he break the line?
They don't break the line, but they short side the shot.
I don't like that.
I don't either. But
it's boring.
It's weird.
That is weird that they wouldn't. A successful podcast like that, you'd think they would just have everything be the best.
They do have the best equipment in the world.
But why are they cutting it like that?
Because that's just the way Jamie framed the shots, and no one's complaining. There's 8 people in the world that are going to have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's true.
One of them.
And you're one of them.
Yeah. I mean, if you put all of the cinematographers in the world who are probably too fucking whatever to watch Joe Rogan, like of the people that watch Joe Rogan that have an opinion about videography,
you're one of them. Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna have an opinion about that.
You're not.
But now when I watch it, I'm gonna think of you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take screenshots and be like, ugh,
short-sighted again.
Short-sighted again.
When people say Joe Rogan is short-sighted, I'm like, I know. And then we have this 2-hour conversation agreeing about it, and then they're like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the camera. You're talking.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You really got yourself in a pickle there.
Yeah. I've never heard him say anything that I'm like, ooh, Joe, that's.
I just haven't heard him speak enough, to be honest. To be really honest, I've just never really had. Yeah. I will eventually go down a Rogan hole. I know that'll happen. Yeah. It just hasn't happened yet.
I used to have a joke that I was like, watching Rogan for the comedians is like saying you read Playboy just for the articles.
That's a great joke, and it's just true.
But it goes right over people's heads.
I dated somebody who modeled for Playboy, and she was like convinced that people only. It was like, but it was also an editorial, and I'm like, nobody is reading that, girlfriend.
Yeah, I had a roommate whose dad had every single Playboy from the first one to like 85, and he moved out and left them, and I gave everybody their birth Playboy, like their birth month Playboy.
That's cool.
And then I lost mine.
Like, I think it's cool. It's just, let's not kid ourselves.
Part of history. But
we don't need to kid ourselves.
Nobody's
reading Playboy.
No, but if you go to the back, they used to have like Dear Penthouse, Dear Playboy kind of articles.
Yeah.
And they're all just misconnections. It's the weirdest old creepy dudes back in the day. Handwriting shit.
What?
Oh, yeah. If you go to the back of any old Playboy, especially Penthouse, when like Dear Penthouse, these were all like supposed to be written by people who read the magazine. They were completely written by people that worked there.
100%.
And they're all random sex stories. It's like, I was on a flight to Chicago and this fucking waitress gave me a tugger under the blanket or whatever. It's like fantasy stories. I was in the supermarket and I met this lady with big melons. Like it's everything was always like conveniently attached to the situation that they were in.
That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
But apparently back in the day, they used to write some really great like feminist forward articles. Because I learned about it in my sociology courses in college. Because
Hefner's oldest daughter was basically in charge until she officially took over, and she made sure that everything was woman forwarded.
I mean, it was woman forward. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
and I don't mind it.
Okay,
who minds it?
We can take a break and look at some Playboy right now if you want to. They switched over to a Maxim format like 2 or 3 years ago. They don't do nudes anymore.
That's right, I did know that. But they do topless?
Maxim is fully clothed, fully covered.
Fully covered.
But I don't know why you would switch.
Who cares? What's the big deal?
Show your titties on the internet.
If you want to show your titties, show your titties.
I'm clipping that
They're
part.
your
just
titties.
That part. Just the part. This I said it. I've ruined so many clips lately going, I can't wait to clip that titty part. Titty part's getting clipped.
Titty part's getting clipped.
Yep.
I wish my titty parts would get clipped, but I don't want them. And I know that I could do that for myself if I wanted to, but I am the laziest. I'm the laziest motherfucker when it comes to myself and that type of thing. I'm like, it would be great to get them removed. They're just a hassle.
Can I ask you a question? And I could cut this out. Don't you think that your lady partner would enjoy them?
Lady partners have always enjoyed my boobs because they're great boobs, and it's a shame that they're under all this because they're good boobs. And I know you're trying so hard not to look, but you couldn't see them if you tried. They're under a sports bra.
Same.
I know.
Sportsbras.com. That's sportsbras.com.
Code Mav. Women like them that date me.
Yeah.
Because they are attracted to tits. And depending on the person I'm dating, sometimes I will be open about I consider taking them off, but I'm lazy and I'll probably never get around to it. So you're probably never going to have to really worry about it.
Because it would hurt in the surgery and why would you do it?
It's going to hurt. Yeah, it hurts. Apparently it hurts really bad.
Right.
But it just sounds really nice to me.
Would you miss them?
Not at all.
You sure?
Not one.
Do you think you'd have phantom titty syndrome?
I am worried about that.
Yeah.
I am worried about that because I got a mole removed once and I still feel like it's there.
God. Same.
It was a double header right here.
I wish I had said that though. Like, I wish I had been like, well, I had a mole removed one time. I don't know if you want to take your titties off. That's so funny.
It's true.
Yeah.
It was a double header. It drove me nuts. And I got it removed. And it feels like it is still there, y'all.
I found a zit down here this morning that was so big, I thought I had a Jonas Brother titty on me.
A third nipple?
He has 4.
God.
One of the Jonas Brothers has 4.
4 nipples.
Yeah, he always had a third, but then there's one weird one down here that if you look real hard, he's got 4. It's like a dog.
My dad has a third nipple.
Nice.
But it's tiny.
Yeah, they're always tiny.
It's like just a little thing.
Yeah.
You
You can't be having big areolas. My third titty's the biggest one. Holy shit, dude. I hope nobody's in the hallway.
Oh my God, my third titty's the biggest one. It's the most sensitive.
Yeah, I mean.
Yields the most crop.
I was going to say milk, but you beat me to it. Crop. We're harvesting milk over here. Shit never goes sour.
I wouldn't even tell anyone if I had a third titty because they're a third nipple because they're so small.
Where would it be, though?
Well, my dad's is just down there and lost in the hair. I'm like, why did you ever even tell anyone? It looks like a mole.
But if you had a third titty right above your belly button, would you have to wear one-piece bathing suits all the time instead of crop top or instead of sports bras?
Could you pierce it?
Oh,
Could you be like, my nipples are pierced and it's all 3?
You can pierce anything.
The tiniest piercing.
Just a teeny tiny piercing.
Imagine if someone had 3 nipples. Someone does have their third nipple pierced. For sure.
Of course.
Of course they do.
What? Yeah. Would you get it removed?
You better believe that third nipple would have been out of here the day I actualized its existence, you know?
Now, if you chop your hooters off, are you going to keep you going to keep the nips? You going to paste them back on?
Yeah, but that part, see, when it gets into the logistics, that's where I bail because I start getting stressed out because I'm vain.
Yeah.
And I'm shallow, and I know that. And I'm afraid it isn't going to look right, and I'm going to wake up and be like, well, that's not what I was hoping for.
Well, why don't you just do like 800 push-ups a day?
I did at one point in my life, like 8 years ago, get very into fitness. And my boobs did kind of turn into pecs a little bit. But they're still boobs. You know what I mean?
I mean, by the letter of the law, you can't go to the beach.
Letter of the law.
Yeah.
You can't do it. So I would like to get them out of there. But
You just treat yourself.
I think I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah.
I'll never get around to it.
Like
I just know it.
12 grand.
I could crowdsource it. I want to take them on a tour.
Yeah.
Really let them see the world before I get them out of here. Because the poor things are suffocating in there.
Sports bras will do that.
They'll do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
My mom sends me sports bras from the Navy Exchange. I don't want to go buy them. I'm not walking into the ladies section. I look like a creep. I'm not going into it. My mom sends them to me.
I'm saying bro with all the love in my heart right now. Bruh. Buy them online.
Bro, I do, and then they don't fit. My mom knows I don't know why, but my mom knows my titties better than I do.
I'm not going to say clipping it, but I'm clipping it.
You don't have to clip it. You don't have to clip it. You can leave it. What do I care?
I mean clipping it for social. My mom knows my titties better than anyone. That's a TikTok.
That is a TikTok right there. She
Yeah.
buys me the best sports bras. I don't know how she does it every time, but she does.
And then all the comments are going to be like, what is this dude talking about?
Truly. Mm-hmm. What's this dude bro talking? If you have a third nipple.
We're back.
Like, would you buy a little tiny sports bra for it?
That's what I was saying. Like, what if it was in a weird spot? What if it was on your back?
What if it was on your dick, bro?
Let's just say
it could be anywhere, right? Technically, or does it have to be?
There's 8 billion people in the world. You're telling me not one of them has a titty on their dick?
I saw someone with a full mouth of teeth on the back of their head, moving while their own mouth spoke. You're telling me they're in someone with a nipple on their dick?
Real teeth?
Real
Not
teeth.
a tattoo of teeth.
No, a whole mouth. A whole mouth.
He glued it on there?
No.
It was real?
He was born with it. It was a real ass mouth.
He had 2 heads going each way?
2 heads going each way.
Did he have 2 second set of eyeballs too?
Nope, just a mouth. And it moved with his mouth.
Bro, you could be having a conversation like this and just having a snack in the back.
It's having a snack in the back.
Oh, the old snack in the bag.
The old snack bag.
Wow.
Yep.
My buddy Dan got a tattoo of a shaka, but then 2 big titties in the palm on his lower back. So when he bends over to pick stuff up, he's just showing titties to everybody.
I like that. Mm-hmm. I like funny tattoos like that.
I could never, but I like that he did it.
I could never. I love that he did it. Mm-hmm. Any dude that does a shaka with tits on it.
It's a great tattoo.
But this is why I don't think queer people like me, because I like stuff like that.
Why?
I don't know.
Why can't you like what you like and like women at the same time?
I don't know.
Why do you call them queer?
Because I'm queer.
What does that mean?
Because we're queer. We're just queer people. Everybody's queer.
But queer, doesn't queer just mean like extravagant?
No, I think it's just you're like not cis or straight. If you're anything but that, you're cis is like, you were born with a penis, right? Not to get personal, but I can't really tell.
I mean,
I had a guy friend that I nicknamed Donde because he would wear the tightest pants ever, and I'd be like, "Where's your dick, bro?" I'd like,
"Oh, you couldn't see it."
No.
Oh.
But he did have one. He told me, and I'm assuming you do too.
I do.
And so you were born with dick.
It's fucking huge.
It's fucking humongous, and it's got a little nipple on it.
It's hard to see sometimes from space, but you can without a microscope.
It's got a third little nipple on it.
Yeah, that's where I keep my third nipple.
Yep. And what was I even saying about that? Nothing. I can't even remember. Something about your dick. Oh, cisgender.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a dick.
Yes.
And then the world was
cis
like...
Cis means dick.
No, cis means... And I'm explaining it to you so you know what to say. You were born with a dick and everyone went, "You're a boy." Mm-hmm. And you went, "Oh, yeah, I am a boy."
Bet, yeah.
So that's cisgender because you identify as with the, assigned sex at birth. Your gender aligns with your assigned sex at birth.
It means like of God and correct.
Yeah, it means of Christ.
Yeah, the way it was
Christ gender.
The way God was intended for everyone to be exactly when they were born.
Yes.
It's just a shorter version.
It's just a shorter version of that. The way God intended it is what cisgender means.
God's people.
God's chosen people.
Yeah.
And that's cisgender for you.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the definition of cisgender.
And that's our segment on cisgender.
And that's what that means.
Yeah.
Is if you've got a dick and you said, "I'm a man,"
then you're going to heaven.
Then you're going to heaven. Right. And if you're not,
only if you take a blood shower.
I don't know. You got to take a blood shower first.
Blood showers.
It can't be a menstrual blood shower. It's got to be a blood of Christ shower. That sounds upsetting.
Yeah.
To me too.
I mean, I had never thought of a menstrual shower before, but I think I am now fully attracted to something new I didn't know about.
A menstrual shower.
Yeah.
I dated someone once, and she will listen to this and she will find it funny because we're friends. But I won't say her name because she's shy.
Shout her name out.
I will not. She's shy.
But Sarah.
Nope. But
Kimberly.
Hell no.
We just spent 4 hours of me guessing
That's all
names.
we do. Look at me. There's a little bit of the hair in the front that isn't under the...
I love that, though. I'm so jealous of the dye fade. I tried to get a haircut this morning. They told me it would be an hour and a half, and I was like, I have to get it cut right now.
I got mine this morning. Cut this morning.
Where do you go? I'm going to go to your place.
Silver Lake Barbershop.
I'm not driving all the way out there.
They're great.
They look great.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Frankie.
Supercuts.
You need to hear this story, though. Supercuts is good, but I have cowlicks that are weird, and I need somebody who knows how to handle them.
I have a cowlick right here.
But that's not a front cowlick isn't bad.
Oh.
It's the back cowlick that gets you.
Oh, like a spiral?
Yeah, and it goes up. Mm-hmm. So Supercuts, they don't know what they're doing.
No, but I did a Supercuts commercial.
So now you get it for free. Every cut for free?
No, I've never gotten a single one for free. But I found a lady that I like, and then I moved to the Valley. And whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Menstrual showers.
So I
was dating this girl, and we just started dating, and we were taking, remember photo booth, and now that was cool for a second on a Mac? Remember photo booth? You would sit there and you would take photos, like it just would take photos like a photo booth on a Mac. You never did that?
I think my Mac has a photo booth, but I've never played with it.
Yeah, we did. We were playing with it. We were just taking silly pictures. Then she went in the kitchen, and I was scrolling back through the photos, and then it got to whatever the round of photos was she had taken before that round, and it was her with would appear to be red paint smeared across her face. And I said, what, what's going on here? Is this some kind of art project? And she said, that is my menstrual blood.
Her own menstrual blood.
Her own menstrual blood. And, she was just getting a little freaky and being a little artsy and being a little witchy and weird, which, you know what? No judgment I can appreciate. But what are you doing?
With yourself. I'll tell you this. Here's some TMFI.
Please.
Maybe you can relate.
Give it to me.
I have gone to the restroom after an encounter.
Yep.
And had look like I had
mauled an animal,
messed up my lipstick. And then I'd be
you're going down on women on their period.
I did not know it at the time.
Yeah, that's happened. Or they're at the tail end and they're like, oops, I thought it was over.
Yeah.
That is a real.
That's fine, because those are just little nuggets.
It's a little bit. That one I don't love because the color's not.
Well,
it's a little murky.
You may not have experienced this, but I have found the nuggets on my dick. It's dick nuggets.
I'm gonna piss my pants right now.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Dick nuggets.
I need to go to the bathroom too.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Pee break.
Quick pee break.
I think an hour and 40 minutes.
We did good.
Vaginal dick blood is.
But
fine.
I do want to know more about the nuggets on your dick.
Those are menstrual nuggets. if we're not careful, I say that like you should know.
Because you get it in the hair.
No, what hair? What hair are you talking about? It's 2023. No,
I have not seen a penis in a long time.
And you're not going to see one today.
I don't want to.
There's not a hairy situation happening.
So
now, the crack of my ass is a whole different story.
And above it, there's got to be hair. It's like a reverse beard.
No. I mean,
you take care of it.
I mow the lawn, but everything below the lawn is gone.
Good.
Yeah, but I had to learn that the hard way.
Because you got nuggets.
No, when I was 24 years old, I was hooking up with this girl, and she was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but you need to cut this thing down. And no one had ever explained that to me before.
I had a boyfriend in college.
Ooh.
And you know I'm gay because we did a bet. I don't know what the bet was about, but I bet him if he lost that I got to shave his entire, like all of him. Like he not like I had to shave it, like I needed him to shave everything. And he did because he lost the bet. He shaved, legs, everything, because I was just trying to make him a woman.
Can you mangina that shit for me, bro?
Just
tuck it up.
I don't like looking back on the things that I did. You know, we're friends though, but you know, I was just so gay. He came out of the bathroom once naked, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
But you could hide behind the veil of the sanctity of.
Yes, because we were Christian at the time.
Yeah,
we were on the outs of Christianity. He and I were coming out of that together. We were taking sociology classes and then having our little Christian minds blown.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah,
we're gonna pee these chairs if we don't wrap this up. And we didn't even do the.
We need a part 2.
You know, we haven't even started yet because we didn't do the intro.
We haven't even started.
I haven't even said your name one time.
I've only said my birth name. They're going to walk around thinking my name is Margaret Ann.
Well, thanks for coming, Margaret.
No problem. I'm dripping sweat too, aren't you?
No.
I'm hot.
That's because I made you laugh.
You didn't make me laugh.
Well, and you got that titty wrap on.
Yeah. Oh, God, the titty wrap.
Wait, what time? It's 5. No, the AC stays on until 6.
Maybe I'm having a hot flash.
Wait, that thing's not, the little tape's not blowing.
A little bit.
Huh. Well, I buried the thermometer behind the wood behind you.
Oh, that's smart.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks
this was a ball, y'all.
You should be a reoccurring.
We should literally co-host this podcast.
I'm down. I don't want to ever get
I'm not mad at it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Just us.
We'll just crayon your name up there.
Yep. Come up with some Christian name, Christian version.
The Ike and Mav show.
The Ike and what?
I got it.
Mary.
I ain't Mav at it.
I ain't Mav at it. Y'all.
Bless your heart. With Ike and Mav.
With Ike and Margaret.
Then it has to be Isaac and Margaret.
Isaac and Margaret.
Margaret and Isaac.
Isaac Margaret.
Bless your heart.
Maybe there's no and. Maybe it's just Isaac Margaret.
Or we could just do Bible times.
In a strange parallel universe, we are the same person.
Seriously, but we have to pee, and we'll see you next time.
This show's a piece of shit.